Hi, I'm Gary, an international architectural and interior designer for over 30 years. And today, I'm going to help you own your individuality in design, whether it's your home, your office, your leisure space, in your life. I'm going to help you own that. And here we go. Okay, first, why do we even want to have our own individuality? Don't we have it already? Well, what I call this is the copycat paradox. Paradox meaning you say you want something, but you choose the opposite. But if you want your individuality, why am I not having it? Well, it's sort of ingrained in us and sort of how we perceive the world. For example, you would say an architectural designer should have dark glasses, a turtleneck, and should be in an office that is all white like this. But why is that? If I have so much creativity and I'm trying to create this throughout the whole world, why would I look like everybody else in my field? So to start off, let's just end that, okay? Okay, much better. Now look at me. Do I have to have a turtleneck? Do I have to have black rimmed glasses to be an architect or an interior designer? No. I could use color, and it could be bright, it could be bold, but it could be more of me. The same thing goes with you. Individuality actually creates more interest than if you were copying everyone else. Now, there's a few caveats with that, and they're all fear-based. I could hear my father as a kid saying to me constantly, "If your friends jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you jump off? No, you wouldn't. So why don't you go, mind your own business, and do what you think is right?" Man was right, even though I didn't agree with him then, and rolling the eyes like, oh God, please stop. But over time you realize he was correct. Why am I following everyone else? And the same thing goes with you. Now it's all fear-based, just so you know that. So you do have a get out of jail card free, that it's fear-based and you don't realize that it's all feared, but I'm going to put it in your face so you can understand that you can break through this and what you are doing is your own choice. Okay, there's 6 reasons why you would be confronted as to not create something that is individual for you and it's all fear-based. So one possible B is a fear of change. 1, I'm afraid of changing because it's not what I'm used to, but this is what I know. So if I stick with what I know, then I will be able to predict the future. I'm happy. Let's just keep it this way. All right. Number 2 is dated. What if I change and it's going to date very quickly? It's only 2 years and now it's going to look really funny. People are going to make fun of it. Forget about it. Number 3 is, what will people say? What are people going to say? Yeah, but what are they going to say? Is, he's gone off the deep end. She's going like really opulent, isn't that? Or how boring could they be? So fear of what other people would say. Number 4, mistake. You're afraid of a mistake. If I make a mistake in the design, then it costs me all this money, which is number 5, cost. So there's a fear of cost with everything. So now you have fear of design, fear of cost, okay? And number 6 is knowing, okay? And basically, I don't know how to do this. I need people to show me how to do this. So you know what? If I just do what Mary has down the street, I'll be happy because then I know it's correct. Because I like what Mary has, and I like what John has up the street, and I like the office over there, and I like the store over there, and the restaurant over there, but that has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them, but not with you. So as a result, you have taken medium as your high point, where you can have wherever you want. And that is why you became a copycat. Even though I designed beautiful spaces, don't forget, I still have my family. And when I go back home and I'm with them, I can hear my parents. what kind of maniac would paint the wall fluorescent yellow? Why yellow? What, you could paint anything in the wall. How about white? I'm like, because I wanted it to be fluorescent yellow. I don't understand. I don't understand. So when you get that sort of influence, which I get constantly, right? It just means it's not for them. It's not for them. It's for you or for that client or for that particular situation. So it's fine that it's not for them, because guess what? They don't have to live there, play there, or work there. So it's fine for you and not for them. There's 4 elements that help this paradox persist. The first one, I would say, is external influences, hence your family, your partner, your friends, your children, whoever is in your circle. They are influencing this paradox of you wanting things to be like them, to fit in. The next one is social media. Now, social media, again, helps protrude this by going around in a circle. If you think about it, their algorithms give the best of the best, but that's the best of this best, which winds up to be the same as this one, which is the same. And as a result, everything looks the same. Copycat paradox. And everything is just bland. So the next one is advertisement. All right? Now, advertisement comes in and they're putting this another blanket over you of this is what's good, here's what you have. And as a result, you're influenced by that. And finally, culture. Your culture, what you're brought up with, whatever your family does, your religion, your family, your beliefs, whatever that is, affects the way you do design and the way you want to implement it. Now, what I often love to do is go back to periods in time. Hence, I have this book here. So this one here is from the 80s, okay? And what I noticed with this is I have pulled some things out. There are things that happen in the 80s, for example, that were very relevant then. Oh, look at this. Dynasty is here, and they're very strong women. And look at how that affected that era. And oh, look at this one. Here's a fashion one. They had this fashion one from Opium, is a perfume. So these things from this period, we'll just do the 80s, that has influenced people, okay, in a certain way, as it does today. So how do you break through this? Let's use an example. Let's say you would like to have a kitchen designed for yourself, okay? Now, here's what you need to do. First, you need to decide the style you want, okay? Now, I know that's very difficult. It's not. It's really not. Go to Pinterest, go to magazines, go on the internet. Just find images of things you like. Don't try to figure it out. Put them all on a page or in a file, and then when you're finished, you will go back and look at them and you will find a trend, okay? You'll find them and put them in groups. Like these are the ones that look like this or are warm, or these are rustic, or put them in groups. Do not try to decide what you're doing right now. You're being very free-form and just looking at things that light your boat, okay? I love this, I don't like this, okay? Next, number 2, you need to go through the colors you like. I find that colors are very subjective, okay? Extremely subjective. So in an interview of a client, I usually don't even ask what colors they like. I just say, what colors don't you like? I go to the negative. So you find those and you push them aside. I don't eliminate them. I don't eliminate them. I just put them aside and I see the colors that they do like. And then from there, I could see a palette or a theme starting to happen. You see what's going on? We're doing our CSI design work. So I could connect the, the wires and the red string to all the different pieces. That's what I'm doing. I could see, okay, they like warm tones, they like cool tones, they like brights, or they like muted. I'm starting to see a picture is coming through, okay? The next thing is you have to figure out the type of space you want, okay? So when I say type of space, Gary, I already told you I want a kitchen. Well, do you want it to be open plan? Do you want it to be small? Do you want it to have an island? Do you want it to have what is the feeling and what you want to have in that space? Then you have to say, what is the use of the space? When I say use, okay, I'm saying, what is it going to be? Is it going to be more a kitchen that is beautiful and I'm not going to touch it a lot? Do I have a lot of kids and it's going to be torn apart? Am I going to be... So I need to know what is the use of the space. So if my children are going to be in it and they're only 3 and below, I know I have a few more years and that kitchen is going to be torn apart. I want tough materials. If I have adult children, no, I want to have refined materials. And I know that the kitchen won't get messed up as much. It will be like more luxurious because I can have the people that can adapt to that space. Okay, let's outline what I just discussed. Style, we need to decide the style that we're using. The next is color. Choose a color that we want or range of colors that we want. The type of space, meaning how am I going to use the space? Is it big? Is it small? Is it cozy? What is the size of the space that I'm going to be using? The other is the use of the space, meaning the traffic flow through it. Is it going to be heavy traffic or is it going to be small traffic? Is it going to be more relaxed or is it going to be a very active space? And then the last one is who's using the space? Is it for little children? Is it for adults? What is the client or who is your people that are going to be using the space? Now that you've worked out all those items, you could still feel a little bit overwhelmed. So don't worry, breathe. That is what I do and other people like me do, who you can even consult with. You don't have to hire them to do everything, so that they can put your thoughts and ideas into a plan of action. All right, so a plan of action will start to show how your individual style and likings and look can be your own. And when you walk in, you can say, wow, that's mine. That feels like me. That looks like what I would like to be in. And that's what I have to be in. So how do we do that? How do we do that? Well, basically, we take different elements from it and we start to find the links that make them work. There's certain design elements that work well together. There's other elements that work well together. And you do that yourself anyway. When you get dressed in the morning, whether you're the fanciest or the most conservative, you still make sure that things go together. And when they don't, you know when they don't and you ask for help. I just do that, and other designers do that on a larger scale where it's rooms or buildings or complexes. So when you walk in, you feel like this is one area that's all connected, okay? When you walk in a supermarket, you don't feel like you're walking into a library, all right? But you do find hybrids also. Do you ever find these cafes and libraries or bookstores? Yes, but that's a hybrid and that's an invention. So now when you do that, you're just like, oh, I like the way this feels, a bit cafe, a bit of a bookstore. That's perfectly fine. Someone had to invent that and they created that just for that circumstances. The same for you. Maybe you like darks and lights. Let's put that together. Maybe you like rustic and modern. Let's put that together. Maybe you like industrial and luxury. Let's put that together. It's how you put the pieces together and make them relate that creates a space that is all yours. All you have to do is find what you like. And when you find what you like, You create the world you live in, and that's how you make a space your own individual space. That's Gary, and I'll talk to you later.